Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to News of Today! Most of y'all recall a tragic event that took place exactly 25 years ago today, on July 2nd, 1937. The day our beloved woman aviator named Amelia Earhart disappeared somewhere around 200 miles radius of Holland Island into the vast Pacific. Today we'll show some old clips of Amelia's life and memories, and delve further into just what she has done for our country. Here's an old interview between her and Leslie Thomas, aka me. When graduating high school, did you know you wanted to become a woman aviator? No, I never even thought about it. In fact, I stayed in school for only about a year. Then World War I happened, and I went to Toronto, Canada to become a nurse. Well, did you enjoy being a nurse? Yes, I love my work, but I was horrified by the useless suffering of the soldiers. When did you see your first airplane? In 1918, they amazed me. What do you think made you decide this? I guess you could say I longed for something more exciting, perhaps dangerous. In 1920, you took your first plane ride. How did this inspire you? I was determined to be a pilot too. And exactly what did you do to pursue it? I worked at a telephone company to pay for lessons. So when did you make your first flight? In 1921, shortly after I bought a small biplane. It was so exciting. What makes you such a famous woman flyer? Other women are doing it. Well, there was a woman named Miss Frederick Guest who wanted to be the first woman to fly from America to England. She purchased a tri-motor Fokker aircraft named the Friendship. She backed out last minute due to family pressures, but she still wanted someone to do it, so she chose me. Did you complete this trip? With less than an hour's fuel remaining. You did something pretty big on May 20th, 1932. What was that? I set out to span the Atlantic in the Lockheed Vega monoplane, 5 years to the day after Lindbergh's epic. So it went well. In the beginning, yes, but as the day wore on, my altimeter failed. This has never happened to me before. I eventually got too high and ice began to form on the windows. I knew I needed to fly down, so I went down to the lower ground where I could see the waves. The ice began to fall off, but I had no clue how high I was above the ground. Was that your only problem? No, after that I noticed red flames coming out of the engine. There was a broken weld and exhaust manifold ring. I knew it would only get worse, but I hoped I would last long enough to get to land. Thankfully I did, and I ended up in a pasture in Ireland. After all that trouble, was it worth it? Of course, I beat my own goal for the flight, and I made the flight, and it was the longest non-stop flight ever taken by a woman. The same year I flew across the Atlantic, again setting the first woman transcontinental flight ever done. And in January, I became the first person to successfully fly from Hawaii to U.S. mainland. Next, you tried to fly around the world? Yes, but right after takeoff, a wing broke off and the control went crazy, so we had to head back. Thankfully, we made it. Amelia and her crew tried flying around the world again, but things turned for the worst yet again. At 2:45 a.m. on July 2nd, 1937, radio operators on the Coast Guard at Howland Island received distress signals from Amelia, the first one they had gotten. They couldn't hear, but they thought it was a phrase like cloudy and overcast. Then at 6:15, Amelia's communications revealed she was within 200 miles of the tiny island. The radio man could hear her, but she couldn't hear them. Please take a bearing on us and report in half an hour, came the word voice. Then at 7:42, an urgent message came. We must be on low, but cannot see you. Our gas is running low. The operators tried frantically to signals, but they couldn't get the signals through. Loud and clear, at 8:45 a.m., the crew heard, "We are in line position 157-337. We are running north and south." Those were the last words they heard. Amelia was pronounced dead, along with co-pilot Fred Noonan, in 1939.